Good afternoon and welcome to Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground, home of cricket here in Hong Kong for Game 6 of the Hong Kong Women's T20I series for 2024. Aaron Bush with you out in the middle, and it's going to be Namibia versus Hong Kong, China. It's Game 6, but it's also like a semi-final. The winners today will go through to the final tomorrow afternoon from 2 p.m. to play Thailand, and the losers will play the morning game against China for third versus fourth from 9:30 a.m. We've got the match referee Gandhi out in the middle, the two captains from Namibia, Sune Wittmann, and for Hong Kong, China, Mariam Bibi. It's a Hong Kong home game, so Mariam will do the toss and Sune will call.
Heads is the call.
Heads is the call.
And it is tails?
Tails it is. Hong Kong has won the toss and elected to bat. Mariam Bibi, congratulations first on winning the toss. Secondly, you are out in the middle and not Natasha Miles. What can you tell us?
Natasha Miles is not feeling well today. Unfortunately, it's a semi-final and a big game for us, but we'll miss out today. That's why I'm here today. And we have Lemon in for Natasha Miles.
Okay, so just the one change. The decision to bat first. You saw this morning's game perhaps when Thailand batted first. Happy to bat on this track first, it would seem.
Yes, I think the pitch is looking good and there are a lot of grass and we want to get some big total on the board first. That's why we want to bat first.
Well, good luck to Mariam Bibi. Vice captain normally, but captain today for Hong Kong, China. We'll bring in Sune Wittmann from Namibia. Would you like to have a bat first as well, or are you happy to have a bowl?
We're happy to have a ball first. Bowling first.
Yeah. Any changes to your squad for this game?
Yeah, Victoria Munela out and Simon Tuadeleni will be playing her first game of the tournament.
Well, exciting for her. Going to come out here and have a bowl. Have you enjoyed the tour so far, the tournament?
Yes, we just had a conversation. Hong Kong has been treating us with very good weather. And we did some sightseeing yesterday, and yeah, back to game mentality today. Like you mentioned, it's like a semi-final. The one winning this game is in the final tomorrow, so massive game for us.
Well, good luck to Sune Wittmann and the Namibian side as well. We're going to have a quick look at the pitch. It's the same pitch we used this morning for the game China versus Thailand. Thailand batting first. They put on 117. We thought perhaps that they would score a bit more. There's a few cracks opening up in this new one as it's getting drier and drier, but it's a pretty good batting track. And of course, if you did watch this morning's game, you would have seen Thailand bowl China all out for 8. It was an amazing bowling effort. So there is wickets, there is spin as well. So the spinners will come into play here this afternoon. We're going to be live from 2 p.m. here at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground for Game 6. Join us then. Good afternoon and welcome to Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Aaron Bush with you for Game 6 of the Hong Kong Women's T20I series. We're about 7 minutes away from game time here, and if you're just joining us on the broadcast, we'll have a quick look at the toss, which was at 1:30 p.m. China for third versus fourth from 9:30 a.m. We've got the match referee Gandhi out in the middle. The two captains from Namibia, Sune Wittmann, and for Hong Kong China, Mariam Bibi. It's a Hong Kong home game, so Mariam will do the toss and Sune will call. Heads is the call. Tails it is. Hong Kong has won the toss and elected to bat. Mariam Bibi, congratulations. There you have it, the news from the middle today, this afternoon. Hong Kong China with a stand-in captain, the vice-captain Mariam Bibi, standing in for an ill Natasha Miles, winning the toss, electing to bat first. We'll see the team in red come out to bat. Mariko Hill, and we're expecting Yasmin Daswani to fill Natasha Miles' shoes out in the middle to open. With Mariko Hill just one run shy of 1,500 runs in women's T20Is. There's the Hong Kong lineup today. The one change you can see, number 2, with Mariam Bibi getting the C this time. Lemon Chung into the side and will be wicket keeper. Mariko Hill, Carrie Chan, who is also getting some treatment but looks fit to play. Shanzine Shazad, Alison Sue, Fatima Amir, Yasmin Daswani, Betty Chan, Dorothea Chan and Rachita Venkatesh. One change also for the Namibia side. There it is, and the captain Sune Wittmann as captain again. Irene Van Zyl, Mekalayi Muntile. Saima Tuhadelami is the in today. Dropping out of the side today, Vicky Hamanyala. Again with the gloves on for Namibia, Mazerli Garasis, Sylvia Shahepo, Arasta Diagat, Kayleen Green, Adele Van Zyl, Yasmin Khan, and Makalayi's sister, Wilka Muntile, the starting 11 for Namibia today. Saima playing her first game of the Hong Kong Women's T20I series, and what a massive game it is. It's a semi-final-like game, Game 6. Whoever wins will go through to play Thailand tomorrow afternoon from 2 p.m. in the first versus second game, and the loser will start from 9:30 against China. There's the two dugouts. A massive game for both sides, both losing to Thailand, so one win and one loss apiece. Whoever is victor this afternoon will take on Thailand and look for some revenge. But of course, if you missed this morning's game, Thailand setting a new record again. They now have 2 of the top 5 lowest scores from their bowling. Bowling China out for 8. Going along with last year bowling the Philippines out for 9. So 2 of the top 5 lowest scores in women's T20Is have come at the arm of the Thai bowlers. And so they'll be fired up. There was a Michelle Pfeiffer this morning. Anita Maya getting a Pfeiffer. And our first one of the series it was. We'll see if we can get a second one perhaps this afternoon. Same pitch. We know it's going to turn. And just before the game starts, which is not far away now, maybe 3 minutes to go, just want to wish a very happy birthday to our boss at Cricket Hong Kong Broadcast and boss over at Cricket Hong Kong China. Head of Cricket Operations, Ravi Nugdev, is celebrating a birthday today. He's not at the ground at the moment. I'm sure we'll see him later on. 2 umpires heading out to the middle today. Actually, they come out the opposite side. The one on the right is Tabarak Dar, and on the left, John Prakash, both from Hong Kong. And third umpire today from China is umpire Yo-Yo. The Hong Kong team getting into a huddle. Namibia already in a huddle, ready to go out for the first innings. They'll be bowling. I think it was the first time Hong Kong China have won the toss. The new captain in today. Lucky charm for Mariam Bibi. And head coach in the cap there having a chat. Najib Amir marshalling his troops. Umpires are out in the middle, just inspecting. There we are. Umpire John Prakash will be at the Victoria Harbour end. Umpire Tabarak Dar down at the Argyle Street end. Namibia heading out now. There's the Hong Kong cheer as Namibia goes out. You can hear on the effects microphone. And it's not going to be Yasmin Daswani opening. It looks like Shanzine Shazad has gone out with Mariko Hill to open the batting, moving up from number 3. Irene Van Zyl to open the bowling from the Argyle Street end. The potent fast for Namibia. Likes bowling from this end towards our broadcast area. Shanzine's going to take strike. Mariko at the non-striker's end. Namibia starting with 2 outside the circle, but both seem to be backward of square. There's a deep third, and Wilka Mintile heading down to fine leg. Square leg, mid-wicket, mid-on, mid-off, cover, extra cover, point. Pretty standard field with the captain just there, Sune Wittmann for Namibia, having a chat with star bowler, Irene Van Zyl. As the school bell rings for 2 p.m, means we're ready to get Game 6 underway of the Hong Kong Women's T20I series. Van Zyl to Shazad. Starts with a full one outside off, beats point, but a diving effort, gets hands, and sort of parries it to cover. Shanzine, first runs off the bat for Hong Kong. And that will bring Mariko Hill. A century already in this series, her highest score ever in Hong Kong in women's T20Is, 106 in game 1 back on Wednesday. Picks that one off stump, punches to extra cover, no run. Extra cover as always for Namibia, Yasmin Khan. That one's right on middle stump. Irene thinking perhaps that one was going to get through, but bat on ball. Onto the pads. I don't think it'll be a hard decision for umpire Taparakda. Well navigated, the early new ball. We saw some prodigious swing from the Thai quicks. On a little mix-up. Shanzine needs to get back, but a very wide throw coming from Macaulay. Tidy start from Van Zyl. First one a bit full, allowing Shanzine to get runs, but being tight to Mariko Hill. Outside off this time. Again, picks out Yasmin Khan at extra cover. Rosalie Garasas thought the over was done, but still one ball to go, so trots back behind the stumps. But 4 dot balls to follow up that first one. Again, picking it off middle and leg this time. 5 dots to round out the first over. Hong Kong 1 for the loss of no wicket. Sine Whitman, the captain, has taken the ball from the Victoria Harbour end. Only seen her bowl 1 over so far. That was against China, I think. It was final over, the death over. Didn't bowl against Thailand, but will open the bowling from the Victoria Harbour end for Namibia. And a slip in place for the captain. Got a wicket with the very final ball of that over she bowled to bowl China out. We'll be bowling to Shanzine Shahzad. Starts nicely outside off, full. Yasmin Khan, the ball magnet again. Big out for Hong Kong China with the captain missing, which means Shanzine's had to shuffle on up into the opening position. Swings away, beats Khan. Tille cleans up around from mid-off. Shanzine gets a second run. 2 off 3. Good start and looking confident. Now Mariko Hill facing 5 balls in the previous over, all dots. Didn't get a start against Thailand, just the 3 runs. Looking for more big runs today. Gets another good delivery. One thing that so far Mariko's getting is all the good balls. Right on off stump. Swinging away in the air, goes over the top, takes the single, gets off the mark and brings up 1,500 runs in women's T20Is. Mariko Hill 1,500 T20I runs. We were calling an international tournament barely a year ago where Mariko brought up the 1,000 runs. She's powered on the back of that 106 earlier in this series. Congratulations to the superstar Mariko Hill. One ducking down onto the hips. Quick single. Shanzine makes it. Just off the thigh pad. No bat involved. Hill previously going aerial. The deep cover in place. Also a deep third, so no fine leg. And beats the bat, plays underneath that one. Hill survives. 3 runs coming from the second. Hong Kong, China, 4 for the loss of no wicket. Namibia with the wood over Hong Kong, China in the last 2 games they've played. That was last year. Both in April 25, Namibia winning by 60. The April 28 game in 2023, only winning by 5. It's going to be a tight contest between Namibia, ranked 17, Hong Kong, China, ranked 22, as Irene Van Zyl continues from the Argyle Street end. Full toss again to Shanzine, who pops it over the top of mid-wicket. Wilker has to come around from mid-on. Apologies, Shehepo is at mid-on. It's at 17. It's at 11 on the back. That one picked up by the captain at mid-off. There is Shehepo on screen. Usually sitting at mid-on. Right off middle stump, chopped through mid-wicket, beat Shehepo as well. It's going to be the first boundary for Hong Kong, China. Shanzine Shazad, powerful. Pushed it to the left of Deargard at a short mid-wicket. And Shehepo unable to roll around to the right. Right off middle stump, almost Yorker length. No worries for Shanzine. Trying to move into double figures. Trying to drive on the offside, but straight to Khan. Two balls left of the third. Shanzine's looking down, wondering what happened there. Just walks it off. Full outside off. Again, can't beat Khan. Oh, but an overthrow is going to be and a slip in the field from Shehepo. Allows them to safely get through for 1, finish off the over. Big one, 7 coming from it for Hong Kong, China as they move to 11 halfway through the power play. Sune Wittmann to continue from Victoria Harbour end. Tidy first over, 2 runs and a leg by. Shanzine farming the strike at the moment. Angles that one to point. Staying with the deep third and deep cover as the 2 outside the circle. Karasis there on green, the keeper, with Adele Van Ziel at first slip. Effort ball from Sune. Too much of an effort ball that time. No ball. Umpire John Prakash, previous over, I think mentioned that was teetering on the line. This time the overstep just explains exactly where. See the mark. So free hit, take the pressure off after a couple of dot balls for Shanzine. Can't change the field. Will she try to go straight? Or perhaps leg side over the infield. Goes leg side and smashes it backward of square on the 45. Races into the buttings of the cricket Hong Kong China and gets another 4 to go with the no ball extra. 5 runs off 1 legal delivery. This was nicely played. Dragged a long way down leg, so down on 1 knee. Made sure it kept the square leg fielder out of play. Shanzine into the double figures now. The slower ball there, chopped out by Shanzine, has to hurry. A direct hit from Montille might have been close. As it is, down the non-striker's end safely for Shazad, moving to 14. Almost going at a runner ball. Usually explosive Mariko Hill just easing into the game. 1 off 8. 2 balls left of the 4th. And that will be it. Won't be easing in anymore. As into the off stump, the captain strikes. Sune Wittmann gets her first. Namibia get their first. Hong Kong lose their first. They're 17 for 1. Rico Hill out for 1. Just played all over the top and round that one as it darted back in onto middle and off. And Hill departs. Yasmin Dazwani coming out at number 3. Everyone shuffling up the order. Actually, 4 is usually Carrie Chan, but she likes to be at 4, so it's likely that she's fit. Will be coming in next. So Yasmin jumps up 2 spots from number 5 to number 3 and has to face 1 more delivery. Been in some very good form. Dazwani, domestic cricket. Wittmann to Dazwani. right on the pads. A huge appeal. The finger goes up. Back-to-back wickets. Daswani out for a golden duck. Next over, Suno Whitman will be on a hat-trick. Hong Kong lose their second on 17. That's a huge wicket in the context of the game. One batter short today. No Natasha Miles. Daswani not happy with herself. And as suggested, Carrie Chan, who likes to come out at number 4, will come out at number 4 after the 4th over. 2 overs left of the power play, 2 wickets down for Hong Kong, China. Some nervy times now. They need to survive this pair out of the middle. Carrie Chan's been in some great form as well. Combined with Mariko Hill for 150-plus run partnership in Game 2 back on Wednesday. Also deadly with the ball. Carrie Chan currently 3rd on the run list for the 2024 Hong Kong Women's T20I series. I've heard all the names that were above. Suno Whitman is on his 2nd, 81 runs so far, and Mariko Hill on top, 111. And Shanzine Shahzad, who looks solid to start with, that's well outside off, stays low, stays inside the Trams dot ball. Renee Van Zyl into a 3rd over from the Argyle Street end. And that was going down leg. Crashes into the leg, safely away from the stumps as it ricochets. 3 dot balls though. A little expensive in the 2nd over from Van Zyl, going for 7, but incredibly tidy back to normal business operations for Van Zyl. And that's beat the outside edge and just beat the outside of the off stump as well. Again, Shanzine walks away. Might be a little vulnerable in that channel, just outside off, poking the bat at it. So far, more comfortable with the fuller deliveries. And there is one. It's crunched, but Yasmin can't. Cuts in front of Wittmann to pick up. Pokes at that one, backward a point, drives it down to deep 3rd. Another single for Shahzad. It's a very loud Hong Kong dugout. End of the over, just that 1 run coming from it. Hong Kong, China, 18 for 2 after 5. 1 over remains in the power play. Suno Whitman will bowl another over, the last over of the power play, and is on a hat-trick. Shanzine Shahzad will be on strike. I'm sure the Namibia players are aware. 2 wickets to finish off Whitman's 2nd over. Here we go, hat-trick ball. It's right on off stump, but just a little full, so Shahzad navigates it nicely. Kerry Chan, third on the batting list so far. Yet to face a delivery yet. Been out there for 7 deliveries. Shuffles across. It's on middle and leg. Wide and again outside off. It's staying low. Picks that one off middle and leg, whips it through forward of square. Will get cut off, come back for 2. Nicely played. Confident Shazad that will get bat on ball when it's on the stumps. (17 of Hong Kong's 20 for Shazad. And there's that channel she's a little vulnerable at, poking at the bat outside. There's the effort ball again from Whitman. Very tidy over, 2 runs coming from it. Power play done. Hong Kong, China, 20 for 2. Irene Van Zyl is going to bowl out here from the Argyle Street end. 3 overs so far, none for 9. Kerry Chan will face her first delivery. Being out there for 2 overs already. Some doubts over whether she'd play today. Carrying a shoulder injury, we believe. The fighter that she is. Got it strapped and is out there in the middle. I do believe it's the right shoulder though, not the bowling arm shoulder. See if it affects her ability to swing through the ball. Shuffle, shuffle, stays inside it. Van Zyl on screen. Expected, we'll see her open the batting for Namibia in the second innings. Carry it out of the crease. Cuts that one between point and cover. Deargard chases it down. It'll just be one good piece of fielding. Absolutely crunched. Wide of long off. Short boundary to the Argyle Street end. Shanzine
The fuller one takes full advantage. Third boundary for Shazad, moves into the 20s. Picks it off nicely, clears the infield. Namibia not rolling any changes outside of the power play, keeping the same 2 only at fine leg and deep third, so no coverage long. Shorter one, this one guided wide down to that deep third. Might be the new player in the side. Saima Tuadeleni doing the work at deep third, now at fine leg for the left-handed Chan. On the pads, and we'll be in the action again. Should be leg buys. Is for umpire Tabarakdar is very generous when there's a leg by and already has the hand cocked ready to tap the leg. 1 ball left of Irene van Ziel's 4-over spell, none for 15. Worked in tandem with the captain on screen there to generate 2 wickets inside the power play. They've now pushed Wittmann back to long off for Shazad. 3 outside now. And she goes leg side instead, scoops it up. How far's it gone? It's just plugged. It's going to dribble into the ropes for 4. It was a beautiful 9-iron over the top of the infield, landing a metre or 2 inside the ropes and then just trickled on down to bring up the 4th boundary for Shanzine Shazad. Look at that. Nobody out there. I'll scoop it up and help it on its way. That's the end of Van Ziel's 4-over spell, none for 19. We'll see a new bowler at the Argyle Street end in 6 legal balls time. And we'll see a change in bowling from the Victoria Harbour end. Wilka Mtile into the attack, replacing the captain. Going to go around the wicket for the left-hander. No, they're putting a deep cover out in place along with the fine leg and deep third. With the angle across, nobody out deep square leg, deep mid wicket. A bit of dust or grass getting inside the visor for carry. Just need to remove that. So we can get over 8 underway. Wide of the crease, going down leg, staying a little low. That's one perhaps that had Kerry Chan faced more than 3 deliveries. 2 before that one, she might have flicked through the leg side. Again, straying down leg, but the angle across the body. First bowling infraction from Namibia in the 8th over. Apart from the no ball from Sune Wittmann. The first wide at least. Trying to be too clever. On the pads, going down leg as well. Take the leg by. Shazad's look good today, 26 with 4 boundaries. These two putting a partnership of 16 together, which is impressive since Gary's just got the 1. It's all been on the bat of Shanzine. Gets a dangerous, well above, almost shoulder height no ball. That's going to be a free hit and a warning. Shanzine seems to be able to see the funny side of it. Happy to take the free hit. Slipping out of the hand from Moitile. That should have to be re-bowled as it's a wide. Thoughts of taking one. As it went so wide and a bit of a spill behind the stumps, but Shanzine's happy to take the free hit. Walks down the pitch, beats Khan. Fitman with a little bobble off the turf pitch allows the single. Not too much damage done from that no ball. Kerry Chan back on strike, 1 off 5. This one outside off, so Chan can punch it out to deep point. Kayleen Green does the fielding. Comes in for the right-hander to mid-wicket. They put the deep cover out. Big swing, that uneven bounce, stayed low, played over the top of it. Shazad practices the stroke, perhaps was better played. Front foot cover drive. There it is again. Nice place to get some dot balls as it stays low, just inside the trout. And that's quite comical from Shanzine. She stayed so low, she thought she should just put the bat on the ground. Finishing off with 2 dots, 5 runs and a leg bye coming from the 8th. Hong Kong, China, 37 for 2. Change of bowler as needed with Irene Van Zyl bowling out. Deargard from the Argyle Street end. Early call of waiting, and again just off camera after that stroke from Kerry Chan. She grabbed at that right shoulder, in a lot of pain at the moment. Still gets back. He's braving it out there. On the pads makes life easy. Went backward of square. Fine leg. Samer. Good arm. Rocket arm in from the deep. Rotates the strike. When the camera's on Kerry Chan, just keep an eye on how often she is grabbing at that shoulder. She's working through it at the moment, trying to stretch it out. Oh, pick that one off leg and gone backward of square. Inside edge. Keeping the singles ticking over, keeping the run rate steady. They want wickets in hand going into the second half of this batting innings. 1.5 overs away from drinks. That's a beautiful Yorker from Deergaard. Not much that Carey could do to generate runs, just protect the stumps. Continuing to bat out of the crease. A good one on middle stump from Marasta. Bit more width this time. Can't beat point and cover. Just 2 runs coming from the 9th. Hong Kong, China 39 for 2. Shoulder continuing to cause some issues. 6 legal deliveries remaining until we get to the drinks break. Hong Kong, China will be happy if they can get through to just 2 wickets down. Change in bowling from the Victoria Harbour end. The new player into the side for the first time this Hong Kong Women's T20I series, Saima Tua-Delaney. Starts well, no run available to Shazad. Outside off, pulled onto the leg side. Can't beat the infield. "19 years of age, Saima, playing her 9th T20I. Around the wicket. Straight to point, no run available. Played 8 games before this. Best figures of 3 for 36. That came against the UAE. Tries to beat point again, but cannot. Early call of no as Deergaard was onto it quickly. Coming in at mid-wicket. Guided nicely. Coming around, cutting it off. Del Van Zyl. So take the single to finish it off. We're at the drinks break here at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Game 6 of the Hong Kong Women's T20I Series, Namibia versus Hong Kong. Look at the batting and bowling cards. The new opener today, Shanzine Shazad, still out there in the middle. Been out there for all 10 overs, getting 29 on the board. Good for Hong Kong, China. But a couple of big wickets down already. Mariko Hill out for 1. Yasmin Daswani out for a Golden Duck LBW. Carrie Chan carrying that shoulder injury out there on 4. They're going in with 10 overs remaining and 8 wickets in hand. The bowling card for Namibia so far. The 2 wickets going to the captain, Sune Wittmann. Irene Van Zyl has bowled out. 4 overs, none for 19. And single overs only for Mtile, Deargart and Sima, who bowled that previous over. So a quick drinks break here at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Join us in a few moments' time. Drinks break just completed here at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Aaron Bush with you for the second half of the first innings of Game 6. Semi-final in name, but anything but name only, as the winner will go through to the final tomorrow from 2 p.m. Good start. Hong Kong China will be happy. 41 for 2, 8 wickets in hand. These two with a nice 24-run partnership so far. Not the strongest batting lineup for Hong Kong China today, with Natasha Miles, the captain, out injured. Carrie Chan carrying an injury. They're doing their best, and we saw this morning's game against China. Thailand struggling up to 117. Previously, Hong Kong China beat China by, they scored 177 in their innings, and Namibia chased down 55 in 4.2 overs or something. Change in bowling as Kayleen Green comes on to the attack from the Argyle Street end. Given some room, hit straight back to the bowler though. That one off a leg stump. Perhaps can't rotate through onto the leg side as easy, that shoulder injury. He's going to try this time though, beats the infield. 1 run out to deep mid-wicket. Shanzine Shazad rolling the changes, deep square leg, deep mid-wicket. Hepo it long on, deep cover. So no deep third, fine leg inside the circle. It's not fine anymore, it's more of a backward square. Good first delivery. Yasmin Khan's now at mid-wicket, still finding the ball. Charges, tries to go to the offside. Going to chance it on the throw and safely home. Every run getting a cheer from the Hong Kong dugout. Same field setting for the left-handed Carey Chan. Goes offside, can't beat Khan. 2 runs coming from Green's first over, 11 done, 9 remain. Hong Kong, China, 43 for 2. To a Delaney to bowl a second over. First one tidy, none for 2 for the 19-year-old. That best of figures of 3 for 36 against UAE was very recent, in fact, just back in September. September 9 in Namibia. So bringing some form across to Hong Kong. Around the wicket, keeps it outside off, picks up the dot. Chan collapses. Cause of catch, doesn't carry from Carey. But like she missed out there, was trying to pick the gap between cover and mid-off, but straight to mid-off. This one up in the air, a chance. Getting underneath it, takes the catch. That's the end of Chan. Yasmin Khan, safe pair of hands, takes the catch, and the 3rd wicket falls for Hong Kong, China on 44. Skied up in the air, the injured Carey Chan, Yasmin Khan patrolling, as always, in the cover, extra cover regions for the left-hander this time. And as Carey Chan departs, the stand-in captain today, Mariam Bibi, out to the crease at number 5. Plenty of wickets in hand, but runs are going to be needed. Different pitch than we played on Wednesday and Thursday, but we saw the Namibia versus Thailand game. 95 on the board for, 94 was it, thinking back, for Namibia. Hong Kong, China will be targeting at least 3 figures if they can. Simon strikes in a second over with 2 balls left. Straight to backward point, no run. Full toss, beats mid-wicket. Could go all the way, running all the way around from long on. Good pick up. And get back for two. Mariam Bibi, captain today, gets first runs off the bat. 3 runs coming from the 12th, plus a wicket. Hong Kong, China, 46 for 3. Shanzine Shahzad, Mariam Bibi, teammates in the Hong Kong Domestic League, playing for the Diaspora Little Siwan Wasps. They know each other's game well. Batted together plenty of times. Kayleen Green to bowl a second over. First one, none for 2. Calls of catch it, but into a gap wide of Khan. Single. Shanzine moves to 32 on 41 deliveries. 32 of the 47 from Shanzine. It's been a great knock going out and opening today in the stead of Natasha Miles. Good delivery, floating, angling in towards the middle and leg stump, then dropping down on the toes. Deargard in a close catching position at mid-wicket. Again, watchful from Bibi. Green was great against Thailand, a little expensive against China. Back to the good stuff for Kayleen Green. 3 dots in a row. Drops that one short though, pulled away. Protection in the deep. Only one on the arm of Van Ziel. Shanzine to face the final delivery of the 13th. On the pad, swept away nicely. Work to do by Adele Van Ziel. Diving in the outfield. Brilliant effort. Has to get up. Nobody out there to help her out, so I'll come back for 2. 4 runs coming from the 13th. The 50 up for Hong Kong, China. 50 for 3 after 13. 7 overs remain. 7 wickets in hand. To a Delaney to continue into the 3rd over. Getting the big wicket in her second. Kerry Chan, 1 for 5 off 2. Plays that one to extra cover. Another dot. Stayed low, came back in as well. Just one stump outside off. Not far away from Bibi's off stump. Lower bounce outside the line of off. So getting to move back in a little bit from Sima. Clever bowling. That's popped up in the air, and that'll be the 4th wicket to fall. Kayleen Green with the catch. Saima's got 2. Hong Kong lose their 4th on 50. I only see a simpler catch than this one. Tries to go big, rolls the wrist, so it spots up just to mid-wicket. Kayleen Green. Easy catch. T20I has 2 off 2.3. Might get her best figures of all time today. Might beat that 3 for 36 against UAE. 2 for 5 so far, with 1.5 overs remaining in a possible 4-over spell. Cheetah Venkatesh coming to the crease at number 6 for Hong Kong, China. There's the wagon wheel for Hong Kong, China, bringing up the 50. Losing a wicket on 50 as well. All the boundaries coming from Shanzeen Shahzad. T20I, 2 for 5. Very nice spell so far. Venkatesh gets one on middle stump to start with. Pushes it along the ground to Kayleen Green this time. Safer that way. Full big thick outside edge to get first runs. First or second slip. Would have liked that one, but none in place. So Van Zyl from deep third does the fielding. Venkatesh gets off strike and off the mark. For Hong Kong, China at the moment, it's a one-woman fight. Shanzeen Shahzad with 34 of the 51. Back on strike. Gets that lower one outside off. The ooze from Namibia. Great over again. 1 for 1 off that over for Saima. Bowled 3 now, 2 for 6. And after 14, Hong Kong, China 51 for 4. Kayleen Green to bowl a 3rd as well. T20I's got 3 overs, 2 for 6. Green 2 overs, none for 6 so far. So both bowlers doing the job from each end, keeping the runs to a minimum. A good first one. Venkatesh, who likes to bowl from the Argyle Street end as well. Might be bowling from the Victoria Harbour end. We'll see in the second innings, but needs to find some runs now. Charges, make sure gets bat on ball. Has to run quickly, gets through safely. It's straight to Wittmann. Fall, pulled away in the air. It's going to split 2 fielders and go for 4. Pick the gap right between the 2 Van Zyls, unrelated Van Zyls. Irene and Adele at deep backward square and deep mid wicket. See them both converging. Another boundary to Shahzad. Take the easy single through cover. Good to see Shanzeen Shahzad into the runs. It's a bit lean at the All-Stars last weekend, but looking good here today. Just needs some partners at the other end to stick around. 5 overs remaining after this delivery. 6 wickets in hand. Chance to start swinging big. Venkatesh just chopping that one in onto the pad. So 6 runs coming from the 15th. 5 overs do in fact remain. Hong Kong, China 57 for 4. Wasp, the computer projector, saying 95. Just looking through the batting order, or the batting list for Hong Kong, China, and if the wicket was to fall, I would send the youngster, the 15-year-old Fatima Amir, out as a pinch hitter at the moment. Sima continuing. Shanzine still swinging hard, but can only find a single. Moves to 40, into the 40s for Shanzine Shahzad off just 46 deliveries. Venkatesh there on screen, there's Shanzine into the 40s. Still looking spry, ready to take off for a run. Tries to pull on the leg side, goes very fine, backward of square. Squirts one out, rotates the strike, keeps the runs ticking over. Four balls left of T20I's 4-over spell. Chops that one out right off the middle stump. No run available, even though a little misfield from Wittmann. Cutting off the single with long on in place. No mid off, no mid on. So this one will go down. 2 long off, 3 mid off for a single. Six and over from here gets Hong Kong, China to 86, 60 on the board. Need to find the boundary a few times though. Oh, mix-up, definite out. Oh, a mix-up after the mix-up. And a slip from Sima allows Venkatesh to scurry on through. In the end, she'd sacrificed herself as Shanzine was already coming and decided she'd cross to make sure that it was Venkatesh out and not Shahzad, but they survive. Shahzad on strike. Chopped away over the top of mid-wicket. Has it got enough on it to get to the boundary? No, but it will be back for 2. And so ends a good spell from T20I. 4 overs, 2 for 12. After 16, Hong Kong, China, 63 for 4. Kayleen Green will also bowl out here. 3 overs, none for 12. Spreading the leg side field deep. It could be a stumping. Is a stumping, a nod from John Prakash, long way out. Venkatesh has got to go. Green gets her first. Hong Kong lose their 5th on 63. Venkatesh out for 4. Clever bowling from Kayleen Green. Keeping it nice and wide. Kept it nice and wide after seeing Venkatesh charging. And Coach Aaron was right. They've sent the pinch hitter out, Fatima Amir, 15 years of age, to join Shanzine Shazad, see if they can't push the runs up. Coming off a half century in domestic cricket last weekend, Fatima Amir. Facing a different class of bowler in the Hong Kong domestic T20 league. Kayleen Green with 5 balls left of her 4-over spell. Onto the thigh pad. It takes the dot. Drags that one down leg and take the extra. The wicket also came on a wide. It doesn't matter how you get them, and I think it was deliberate from Kayleen Green. Pushed it wide, seeing Venkatesh charging. Swinging hard already. Fatima Amir, she's going to have to hurry though. Dear God, fires it in. Safely home. First runs off the bat for Amir. It's a good delivery, that one. Just outside off, skidding on in. It's onto the bat quicker than Shazad was expecting. Tries to pull on the leg side, does beat mid-wicket. Shahapo comes in from long on. Four off the over so far, with 2 legal deliveries remaining. Oh, going to chance it on the arm here. A direct hit is gone. It's gone. A massive direct hit. And that's the end of Fatima Amir. They took their chance. And Namibia took theirs. The 6 wicket falls for Hong Kong, China. Fatima Amir out for 1. That Wilka Mtile, perhaps we'll get confirmation from the scorers, but a brilliant throw. 1.5 stumps to aim at. Hit at the base and take your chance. And unfortunately for Amir, no cameo today. Yet another wicket falls, and Shanzine Shazad is the one still out in the middle. Will be on strike as the batters cross. Dorothea Chan coming out at number 8. Still 3.1 overs remaining. 2 wickets falling this over. Drops it in short. Pulls away, won't carry out to deep square. So we'll take the 1, retain the strike. End of Green's 4-over spell. 1 for 17, plus a run out coming that over. 3 overs remain. Hong Kong, China, 68 for 6. That was confirmation. Wilka Mtile with the direct hit. Brilliant throw. Can change a game like that. Seen it from Thailand as well. Silaporn, Naomi. Those 1%ers, and speak of the devil. Wilka into the attack. 1 over, none for 5 so far. Bowling the 18th from the Victoria Harbour end. Shazad on strike on 44. That was actually a good delivery. It was angling as it was going to go for wide and then nipped back in just inside, kept it to a dot. Dots good for Namibia as we get into the death overs. That one will be wide though. That was just too far out and kept on going, didn't cut back at all. Shanzine on 45. Updated score. One bounce to Khan. Dorothea came a long way, so did Shanzine. Had a shy at the striker's end. Outside off, Lofted, carries, put down. And it's a captain who's put Shanzine down. They're running back for two. They'll get there. A rare life given by Shanzine Shahzad as she's attacking now, trying to keep the runs ticking over. An uncharacteristic mistake in the outfield by the captain for Namibia. That's hit the off stump and bounced off, and that's the end. Gets a life the ball before, but misses, and Mtile hits. And the end of Shanzine Shahzad, out for 47. The 7th wicket falls for Hong Kong China on 71. Just feathered the side of the off stump. And a brilliant innings comes to an end. One shy of her highest score in women's T20Is, Shanzine Shahzad. Highest score of 48. Gets a big round of applause. 47 of 71 runs. It's a big effort when others have faltered around her. Lemon Chung to the crease now. Wicket keeper today for Hong Kong China. Back in the side. Coming in with Natasha Miles out with illness. Or injury, I think it's illness. Hopefully okay to play in tomorrow's game, whichever one it may be. We'll know at the end of this game. Two new batters out there, neither of them have faced a ball yet. 2 balls left. Walker Mtile getting her first wicket. Just guides that one nicely through the slips cordon. Van Ziel, a deep third. Lemon gets her first run. Dorothea Chan face her first delivery, the last one of the 18th. Wasp now saying 87. Will that be enough? Normally we'd say no, but Thailand only scoring 117 against China this morning. Means perhaps this pitch has got more to it than the previous one for the bowlers. We've already seen 7 wickets fall this game. 18 overs done, 2 remain. Hong Kong China 72 for 7. We saw 19 wickets fall this morning. Thailand, who lost 4 wickets against Namibia, 5 wickets against Hong Kong, lost 9 against China. They did have a understrength side as they rested the captain and one of the openers, Nadia. And still, it's a very powerful Thailand side, even with those 2 out. They managed 117. And we're close to being bowled out. Aresta Diagat to bowl a second. It'll be the final over from the Argyle Street end, the penultimate over. So far 1 over, none for 2. Lemon Chung on strike. 1 off 1. Deep third, fine leg. Deep cover. Only 3 outside the circle I can see. And that's right on the middle stump. Squeezed out. Oh, big throw in from Adele Van Ziel. Good backing up by Sune Whitman, who would be very happy that Shanzine was bowled. The ball after it was dropped. Just cost the team 2 runs. Just a little guide down to deep third, nicely played. Good full bowling from Deargard. If you're going to only find the singles at the moment, that's the way to find it. Through gully. Oh, Lemmer going the scoop. Very inventive. Very inventive. 4 runs. Much needed boundary for Hong Kong, China. I want to watch this one again. Picked that off middle and leg. Scooped it through leg slip. Fine enough to beat the wide fine leg, who's now not so fine and now becoming more fine. It's being pushed around. More backward square on the 45 previously. Now coming around towards a traditional fine leg, still off screen. And straight away after the scoop, bowled Lemon Chung out for 6. Hong Kong lose their 8th. 9 balls remaining. They've got 2 wickets in hand. 78 for 8. Straight across the line. The old rule. You miss, I hit. And Resta Deargard gets her first. Hong Kong have lost 8. Trying to bat through the full 20 here. And the last 2 times these 2 teams have met in a women's T20I, Namibia has got both wins. Might have seen a bit earlier as well. The bugs flying around, don't worry about them. They're very friendly dragonflies when we get around this time of year. Then they'll go away and then they'll come back when spring comes next year. Alison Sue coming in at number 10. There's 8 legal deliveries remaining now. 2 left for Resta. Watches that one outside off, takes the dot. There they are, all the dragonflies floating around the ground in front of the camera. And then one angling onto the off stump, but cut away nicely by Allison. Retained strike with her first run. 7 runs coming from the 19th, plus a wicket. Hong Kong, China, 79 for 8. The death over coming up. Get us to the halfway mark of this all-important Game 6 of the Hong Kong Women's T20I Series. Winner through to the final tomorrow against Thailand. Loser playing China from 9:30 a.m. Both games will be live on ICC TV, Cricket Hong Kong China YouTube, Stick Sports and Bilibili in China. Wilker to bowl the death over from the Victoria Harbour end. Sue on strike, gets one outside off, stays a little low, gets the dot. Hong Kong China will try to push into the 80s here. Again, similar delivery, similar result. A little spot outside off. It stays low. It's a good delivery. Perfect death over bowling here at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Allison might have to creep across a bit. Good chance the third one will be as well. And it is. Fuller this time. Stuck on 79 at the moment, Hong Kong, China. Good bowling from Matile. One closer to the off stump, straight. This could be out. Looking at umpire Tabaraktar, shake of the head, just safely home. Good running from Dorothea Chan. The throw just a little bit wide from Deergard. Direct hit was 100% out. The time it took for Garasas to pick up the ball and swipe the stumps, Chan got home. It will be Dorothea Chan to face the second last delivery of the batting innings into the 80s now for Hong Kong. Again, she might have noticed that down the non-striker's end because that's where it was going to be. Outside off, inside the tram line and staying low. I'm sure Alison Sue will be noticing. Probably bowling from this end. On the stumps this time, poked away backward of square. They'll take one, and that will take us to the innings break here at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Hong Kong putting 81 on the board. Will it be enough? Might be a few short. We shall see. A good bowling lineup for Hong Kong, China. They'll need to defend 80 to make the final tomorrow. Having a look at the batting and bowling cards before we go into the break. And it was a one-person stand today for Hong Kong, China. Almost her best ever T20I score for Shanzine Shazad, falling 1 run short, 47 off 56. No one else getting into double figures apart from extras, pushing the score up to 81 after 20. Bowling card for Namibia, and a well-rounded bowling attack it was today. Irene Van Zyl opened the bowling, didn't get a wicket, the only one not to, but it was a tight bowling effort in the 4 overs, also bowling out. The new player into the side today, Tua Delaney, getting 2 for 12 and 2 for the captain, Sime Wittmann, and singles each for Wilka Mtile, Aresta Deergard and Kayleen Green. There you have it. We're in the innings break. After we come back in about 9 minutes' time, Namibia needing 82 for victory. Join us then. Welcome back. Aaron Bush with you. Innings break done. The umpires, Taparak Dar and John Prakash, heading back out in the middle to finish off Game 6. The all-important Game 6 to decide who will go through to tomorrow's final. No changes to the openers for Namibia with the captain Sune Wittman and Adel van Zyl. Sune second on the runs tally for the tournament so far. 3 innings, 1 not out, 81, highest score of 48. That was smashed off China in a very quick rate. It'll be interesting to see how she attacks this. Will it be a measured innings? It's not a big score, just needing 4.1 runs and over to win, get the 82 runs on the board and make it to the final tomorrow. The last game Namibia played against China, she smashed 48 off 19 or 20. Alison Siu, who we thought would start from the Victoria Harbour end, will for Hong Kong, China. There's the captain today, Mariam Bibi, with Natasha Miles out. Mariko Hill on the other side. Mariam standing where Natasha normally would. And an extra cover catching position. Deep third, deep fine leg, the two outside the circle for Hong Kong, China. 5-4 offside field. As we're ready to get the second half of this game underway here at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Alison Siu, full toss to Wittman, doesn't get all of it. Work to do for Hill, chasing it down. Letting it be 1 to start with. Runs starting off the first ball for Namibia. Adel van Zyl now on strike. Gets one to shape away and stay low. Allison. Van Zyl not afraid to cover the stumps with the pads, coming right across. Keep an eye on the next delivery. You'll see stands right in front. There we go. Guard really outside off. And pivots, gets a full one as well. This might go all the way. The first one didn't, the third one did. First boundary in the books for Namibia. Van Zyl, powerful off the full toss, shuffling across, making sure plenty of room onto the leg side off a ball not bad. Bit too full, but on off stump, just outside shaping away, flicked away nicely. Takes the 4. Starting strongly, Namibia, wanting a place in tomorrow's final. Pulls the length just back a bit, so it drops to the toe of the bat. Carrie Chan at mid-off. And she's favouring that right shoulder. Hopefully won't affect the left arm. May bowl the first, second over. First one from the Argyle Street end. We'll see in 2 balls' time. Awfully close to an edge there. Just poking at it. Van Zyl. Wickets are going to be required here for Hong Kong, China. The powerful batting lineup, the top order of Namibia. Won't be able to just dot this one out. Oh, inside edge onto the pad. Yes, no inside edge. That's going to take off stump. And that's the end. A wicket required and a wicket comes. The first wicket falls at the end of the first. Alison Siu with the breakthrough. Namibia 5 for 1. Van Zyl out for 4. Yep, straight through the gate. And umpire John Prakash looking on as it goes on to off and middle. And an early wicket, just what Hong Kong needed. Yasmin Khan, the number 3, will be at the non-strikers end. And as we expected, Gary Chan will bowl the first over from the Argyle Street end. Get a first look at if that shoulder is going to cause any issues with the rotation. Shouldn't do with the left arm. Big wicket for Alison Sue and for Hong Kong China. No worries just yet for Namibia, losing an early wicket, but still two very established batters out in the middle. Yet to get established in this game, of course, but always in the runs. Yasmin Khan's yet to fire. Only batted the once and scored two. That was against Thailand. Sune Wittmann on strike. Gives room. Can't beat a packed offside field. 6-3 offside field. Just long on. A deepish mid-wicket inside the circle and a deep mid-wicket on the ropes on the leg side. Nobody there though, so work to do for three players. It's going to stop before either of them get there. There's Lemon Chung, the wicketkeeper, who scoops back. And they run back for three. Well run. Trouble with a packed offside field. Leaves a big gap on the leg side. Whitman exploiting that. Yasmin Khan. That's a full one as well. Can only pick out Mariko Hill on the leg side. Just a fraction too full. Carrie's trying to find her range. Gets it to drop just a few centimetres back from that, like that one. And get the dots. Still rubbing at that shoulder, pushing through the pain. That's the good delivery. The length just dragged back a touch, giving it a chance to do some grip and rip. We're not doing a great deal straightening. Oh, and almost got through very late on that one, Yasmin Khan, but survives. 3 runs coming from the second. Namibia 8 for 1, requiring another 74 in 18. Alison Sue, who got one to nip back on that final delivery of the first over. It's a Hong Kong team manager, physio. 14th player, I think. Joylene Kaur there as well. Alison Sue to Wittmann. Full and driven hard. Can't beat Marion Pippi. Coming off the middle nicely for Sune Wittmann. Tries to pull on the leg side, can't beat square leg. Dorothea Chan. It's an over of dot balls now from Hong Kong China, 4 in the previous, 2 in the third. More dots, 3 from Allison. She's bowled an over herself of dot balls, 3 to finish off the first, including the LBW. Bringing deep third inside the circle. And then being told to go back. Just a bit of exercise for Venkatesh. Back down towards our broadcast area. Outside off, hit hard. Good fielding from Fatima Ramia at backward point. The youngster making sure that didn't get through, because if it did, it was 4. More balls coming out of the middle of the bat for Vip, but just not able to find the gaps at the moment. Little chat between Yasmin Khan and Sunay Widman. And the angle back in, didn't swing away. Allison jogs back to her mark to try to finish off this over. 5 dots to begin with. Room, and again, good diving effort by Fatima Ramir, palms it to Shanzeen Shahzad, so it's a maiden for Alison Sue in a second. And after 3, Namibia stuck on 8 for 1. Carrie Chan to bowl a second. 3 runs coming from her first. Was just off 1 delivery. Went for 3. Yasmin Khan on strike. Calls a catch, but it's punched nicely over the top of the infield. 4 runs, 2 bounces. Crunched it through, extra cover. That's a way to get off the mark for Yasmin Khan. Too wide from Carrie and given room, so strikes the pose with the extra cover drive. And it raced away, so they're now having to put coverage out at deep extra cover. Dorothea Chan out on the ropes. Yasmin Daswani comes in from long on, keeping the deep mid-wicket of Shanzeen Shahzad out. Room again, hit hard again. Good fielding. And a good start in the field. The captain today, Mariam Bibi, leading by example there. Stayed low again, straight to Bibi. And targets the long on boundary with mid on now inside the circle. Takes another boundary this over. Yasmin Khan hitting big. Now going at a runner ball. 8 off 8. Picking the spots when they brought the long on in. Waits on this one, can't beat forward point. Alison Sue. Charges, goes straight, and that'll be another boundary. 3 fours in the over. Good runs for Namibia. 12 coming from the 4th as they move to 20 for 1. Hitting hard, Yasmin Khan. Almost an umpire killer, this one. Just over the top of the outstretched hands of Carrie Chan, going straight. And it's uncharacteristic for her to go for so many in an over. Once again, how much is that injury restricting her ability to bowl? And will it force a change from Mariam Bibi? Next over from the Argyle Street end. Alison Sue will continue from the Victoria Harbour end. Coming off the back of a maiden. Squeezes that one backward of square. Betty Chan comes around from the wide, deep leg. The first delivery Yasmin Khan has seen from Alison Sue. Calls a catch. Catch it is. Carrie Chan takes the catch. And the second wicket falls. The big hitting Yasmin Khan out for 12. Namibia 21 for 2. Couldn't find enough height to grab one off her own bowling last over from Yasmin Khan, but this time Carrie Chan makes sure it goes straight into the hands. A little hop in the air. Easy does it. Second wicket down for Namibia on 21. Comparison time at the same point, 4.3 overs. Hong Kong China was 17 for 2. The keeper, Zerli Garassis, out at number 4. Captain still out there, much like Shanzine Shazad was for almost all the innings. Alison Sue's got 2. Three balls left of the 5th. Staying low outside off. We saw that in the first innings. Combination of dots and wickets is what Hong Kong China require. Run rate required for Namibia under 4. Full outside off, dribbles to Mariam Bibi. Full, beats the bowler, won't beat Carey, and it's going to be close here, but good running from Wittmann, gets home safely. The big strides, gets the single. 2 runs coming from the 5th, but also a wicket. Namibia all the 2s, 22 for 2. We'll see a change in bowling after Carey went for 12. Betty Chan into the attack. I say it every time she bowls, always in the wickets. Betty Chan. It's one of those ones where you feel like it's not a matter of if, but when Betty will strike. The Namibia batters will need to navigate her bowling. And to find the runs, there's not a lot of speed onto the bat either. And already getting a little bit of turn in. That one going on straight. Pulled down to Daswani and comes in from long on. Picks up just outside the circle. Direct hit. Easy single. No risk of a run out. At the moment, that's just what Garasas needs to do. Whitman, we started fast. Some runs. Slowed down a bit now, 5 off 10. Calls a catch, it's just going to fall in no man's land, no women's land. Backward of square, they're going to push for 2 on the arm. Appeal for run out, and the finger goes up. It is out. The throw in, I think it was Fatima Amir, the youngster, with the arm in, and they went for 2. That's a massive wicket. Whitman out for 5, out for 6, I'd suggest. And the 3rd wicket falls for Namibia on 23. It'll be 24 for 3. Whitman will be run out for 6. And this game hangs in the balance, can go either way. The computer was projecting a 98% chance of Namibia winning, but they've now lost their top 3. Wilka Mtile. We said it in the first innings. A run out, chance taken, can change the complex of the game. And it's happened in the second innings as well. And Mantile just watches the first one from Betty Chan. Betty caused the false stroke from Vidman. Managed to land safely, but they took a second where perhaps it wasn't necessary. And that's the one that turns away, and it'll be a dot. 1 run, 1 wicket coming in the 6th. The power play's done. Namibia 24 for 3. Change in bowling. Alison Sue's going to have a break, and Dorothea Chan will come into the attack for over number 7. Erasmus on 2. Dorothea Chan to Garasas. His calls of catch it, but long on in place instead of mid on. They take the 1. Hoops it just inside the tram. Takes the dot. Beats the outside edge again. Walker Muntile, the highest score in women's T20Is of 33. Might need most of that today. 25 for 3 on the board. Oh, that cut back in, had to be played and was played nicely, but another dot. Side off, tight cordon. Alison Sue first to the ball from cover. Playing a little bit of run rate required pressure here, Hong Kong China, as well as wickets falling regular intervals. Certainly keeping them in the game at the moment. And a nice straight bat dotted out. 1 run coming from the 7th. Namibia 25 for 3. Comparison time, Hong Kong China with 31 for 2. See on the worm, we'll show you. Namibia were looking pretty set there until 2 wickets fall. Now the worm's ducked underneath the red one. There's no explosive second half of the batting innings for Hong Kong China, so it's just a steady climb required by Namibia. Betty Chan to continue. 2 runs off her first. Rasses is being able to find the singles. There it is again, long on in place. Clever play. That will bring Wilka Muntile back on strike. Faced 7 deliveries already, yet to get off the mark. Inside edge. They're going to go on the arm of Fatima Amir again. Good running. Quick between the wickets. This time safely through. 2 singles to start with. Of course, Namibia just need singles off most deliveries to get home. And there'll be a dot to Bibi. Be a historic win for Hong Kong China. The captain missing, Mariam Bibi taking control today as vice captain, moved up to captain, won the toss. That's up in the air. Yasmin Daswani gets underneath it, takes the catch. 4th wicket falls. Grass is out for 4. Namibia 27 for 4. Yasmin Daswani, who's done the keeping work in the first 2 games for Hong Kong China, put out at long on. Grass lured into trying to go big on the short boundary, but didn't carry. And Daswani very happy with the catch. Looks like Aresta Diergaard to come out at number 6 for Namibia. Diergaard going out to join Matile. And this game is hanging in the balance. This pitch is not giving up as many runs as was expected. It's tougher to bat on. And the added pressure of chasing and being 4 wickets down inside the first half means there's a job to do for the 2 Namibian batters out there in the middle, forming a partnership, being number 1, staying out there until drinks. 2.2 overs to go. Betty Chan with her first. Very close to the outside edge. Pumped up Hong Kong China team now. Plenty of noise in the outfield. And again, finishes with a dot, 2 singles to start with, and 4 dots including a wicket to finish off the 8th. Namibia 27 for 4. Comparison 37 for 2. Hong Kong, China at this point. Dorothea Chan will bowl another one, just the 1 run coming off her first over. Chopped out, hit hard. Diving effort by Carrie Chan. Can't prevent the single, but does save the boundary. That's going to be a wide, even though trying to get some bat on it there, dear God. It's also been a highlight today for Hong Kong, China. So far, the extras have been kept under control. In fact, that's the first extra of any kind. No leg buys, no balls, just 1 wide so far. Full toss, crunched away, boundary. Just what Namibia wanted. 2 full, 2 loose from Dorothea Chan this time. And Rashta Deergart was onto it very quickly. This time back to the better line and length. And 6 runs off the over already. More than what the run rate required is. So a fight back required here from Dorothea Chan. String together some dots. That stays, no it doesn't. It was borderline, but 2 wide. For a very tidy first over, getting a little out of control here for Dorothea. Still 3 legal deliveries remaining. 7 on the board. To reset and focus. That one gets through everybody. The batter, the keeper, work to do for Venkatesh all the way down. Running 2 buys, I think it is. Missing everything. And that's the good delivery. More of that from Dorothea Chan required. And one that came back in as well. So finishing it off with some dots, but good runs coming from Namibia. 9 off the over, 9 done. Namibia 36 for 4. After 9, Hong Kong, China 39 for 2. Basically put on the same amount of runs each half for Hong Kong, China. On target for Namibia, 4 wickets down. A little bit of trouble. These two starting to form a nice partnership as Betty Chan continues and gets us up to the drinks break. Run, it should be, down to long on, keeping it along the ground this time. To Daswani. Goes the sweep. Oh, again, Fatima Amir in the field, saving runs, no deep square leg. 50-50 call if Shamseen Shahzad would have been able to get around from deep mid-wicket to cut that one off. It was hit so hard. 2 singles, again keeping the runs ticking over for Namibia. Almost carries back to the bowl, and it's Carrie Chan. Oh, I think a direct hit, that was gone. She throws it as well. Hands on the head, wasn't far away with the left arm. And last thing Namibia wants now is another run out. They could just got to the halfway mark almost, both with runs required, runs behind square this time. This is how they got a run out last time, but they should get back safely for 2. They do this time. So exactly halfway there for Namibia. 6 wickets in hand, another 41 from here in 10.2 or less will get them into the final. More wickets you'd think required for Hong Kong, China. Dot ball, unable to get bat on it there, Resta. And it'll be back-to-back dots to finish it off, and we're going to head into the drinks break here at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground with Namibia 41 for 4. Exactly halfway there for the victory, needing another 41 in the final 10. Quick look at the batting and bowling cards. And the top 4 all back in the sheds for Namibia. Only one getting into double figures, Yasmin Khan, and that was with 3 4s off the bowling of Carrie Chan until she was eventually caught by Carrie Chan. And 6 for the opener, Sune Whitman, the captain. 4 for Van Ziel and 4 for Grasses. At the moment, the 2 out of the middle, putting together a 14-run partnership. Doing well, the bowling card for Hong Kong so far. Alison Sue with 2 wickets, 1 over remaining in her spell. Carrie Chan unusually expensive with that shoulder injury, none for 15. A wicket to Betty Chan, and Dorothea Chan, 2 overs, none for 8. Drinks break, we'll be back in a couple of minutes' time here, live from Hong Kong. Welcome back to Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Aaron Bush with you for this final 10 overs. Exciting Game 6 of the Hong Kong Women's T20I series. Namibia exactly halfway there with half the overs remaining. 41 for 4, they need another 41. Run rate required's not really an issue, just 4.1. It's going to be a matter of wickets for Hong Kong, China, and Ruchita Venkatesh will bowl the 11th over from the Victoria Harbour end. Mulka Mtale on strike. It's a little bit of turn in, maybe a little bit short to start with. But again, nice packed offside field. Gully, point, cover, extra cover, mid-off. Given room, beats all of those players I just listed. This should go all the way on the fast outfield, and it does. Namibia getting the runs required this over already, with 4 balls still remaining. And it's causing a change in the field. I'm going to take one of those ones inside the circle, out on the offside, and go out to deep extra cover. Alison Sue, who had to fish the ball down, is staying out there. Long on in place as well, and deep mid-wicket. And that's a good comeback ball. Venkatesh not happy with being hit for 4. Looking to exact some revenge here on Matile. It's not going to beat Carrie Chan, so another dot. And finishes off with a string of dots. 4 runs coming from the 11th. Namibia 45 for 4. Gone ahead of Hong Kong now, who are 43 for 2. After 11. Betty Chan's going to bowl out here. I think probably needs another wicket. Keep the pressure on Namibia. If Matile and Deargard can just survive this over and find some runs, it'll be a win. Looking to sweep, goes forward of square this time. Again, Fatima Ramir fires in, safely through. Again, running, diving effort from Alison Sue allows the single. These two going at almost a runner ball partnership, 20 off 22. Zips on through low on the dot. Looking to sweep. Just past the outside, the off stump. Oh, and again, past the outside edge. Finishes off with 4 dots, just 2 runs coming from Betty Chan's final over. 4 overs, bowled out, 1 for 11. Another great effort from the champion, Betty Chan, but she is now bowled out. And the captain there on screen, Mariam Bibi. Need to find somebody else to bowl from the Argyle Street end. Venkatesh, who went for a boundary in a previous over, then got the dots running as well. Bowler second. Keep going with the comparisons. Namibia 47 for 4 after 12. Hong Kong, China 46 for 3. And this is going to be runs to start with, but Alison Sue out in the deep. They're going to run on her arm. No, they are not. She's wise. Matile was looking for a second. Diego sent her back wisely. full, chopped down and kept out nicely by Deargard. Unable to find any run. Zips are through again. Looks like it's going to be a little short from Venkatesh, and you've got time to get bat on ball, but then it skids on through. And it's in the keeper's gloves before you've managed to figure out where the stroke was going to go. And that's gone straight through. That's the wicket that they needed. Hong Kong, China get their fifth. Namibia lose their fifth. They're 45, 8 for 5. Deargard out for 8. Kept a couple outside off. This time, Venkatesh hones in on that middle stump. Straight through the gate. And this game is on a knife edge now. 5 wickets down for Namibia. 48 on the board. 34 required off 44. Run rate required creeping up. 4.64 now. Kayleen Green coming to the crease at number 7. That broke a nice partnership as well. And 21-run partnership comes to an end. And Venkatesh does get revenge. After going for a boundary previous over. Mulka Matile still out there, who hit her for 4. Kayleen Green on strike. One spinning in again. This is just the over Hong Kong, China required. Here's room, hits hard out to deep cover. A little bobble for Sue. Well, happy with the one, Green will retain strike. 13 done, 7 remain, Namibia 49 for 5. Hong Kong, China after 13, they were 50 for 3. The change in bowling from the Argyle Street end will be Fatima Amir. So switching out from the slower bowlers to the medium pace of Fatima Amir. Lots of pressure on the 15-year-old. Exuberance of youth, maybe not that much of a problem. She's going to need to bowl good lines and lengths and not give away too many extras. I mean, Bibi having a quick chat. Kayleen Green just sizing up who's out on the leg side. There's a deep backward square on the 45. There's a deep mid-wicket and a long on. That's going on the offside. No protection out in the deep. Should go for 4. Chasing it down. Can't get there. 4 runs to start with. That relieves the pressure and brings up the 50 for Namibia. 53 for 5. Kayleen Green. No stress for Kayleen. She just gets one outside off and punishes it through cover. Full, goes backward a point this time. Again, work to do in the deep. Alison Sue gets there just in time, just inside. They'll get back for 2. 6 valuable runs coming off the first 2 deliveries of the 14th. Namibia moved to all the 5s. 55 for 5. Really relieves the pressure that was building. Dots and wickets. There's the drag down wide. Still been tidy from Hong Kong, China so far. That's just the third wide so far today. Cut slightly in the air, but nobody in cover. So they'll take one. 8 runs off the first 3 legal deliveries. 25 off 39 now. Just blowing across a leaf in front of Muka Motsile. Again wide, someone's going fine down to deep third. I'll take the single. Keep the runs ticking over. And well ahead of Hong Kong at this point now. The comparison at the end of the over. Up in the air, 3 converging. It's probably going to fall safe though. It does. Unlucky for Hong Kong. Fortuitous for Kayleen Green. Practices what perhaps should have been played. Get the 1. 10 off the over already. 1 ball remaining. I'll have to re-bowl. And finishes off with a good one, but an expensive over for Hong Kong, China. 11 coming from it. Namibia now 60 for 5. 6 overs remain. 22 runs required. Hong Kong at this point got bogged down. 51 for 4. It's going to be up to Rajita Venkatesh. See if she can't generate another wicket. Keep the runs down as well. 2 overs, 1 for 6. Being tidy. Namibia only needing 3.67 though. Off the foot. Take 1. The big hitting Kayleen Green gets down the non-striker's end. Done a great job, 10 off 7. As has Muka Motsile. Straight to point, no run. It's going to be extras and a lot of them. May not make it to the boundary. I'm going to push for 2 plus the wide. And 3 runs in the book. Just starting to get away from Hong Kong, China here now. Another good partnership, 16 off 10, these two. Oh, and the finger goes up. All of a sudden, again, the game changes. Mutile out, LBW, Venkatesh gets a second. Namibia lose their sixth on 64. Mutile out for 11. Going on to middle and leg. The rotation, missed it all. Irene Van Zyl coming out at number 8. Joining Kayleen Green. The game still in the balance. Wickets required by Hong Kong, China, and they're coming still at regular intervals. Irene Van Zyl, team requiring 18 off 33. It's almost just a run every 2 balls. The 4 wickets in hand is all Namibia has to play with 5.3 overs remaining. Venkatesh with 2. Cuts hard, picks out Bibi at cover. That's going to be wide. 65 in the books, 17 required. Ikra Sahar watching on over there with Mahakdeep Kaur. Mahakdeep on the fringe of the Hong Kong China side. Ikra always in when not injured. This is hit hard. It will be 1 though. Shanzeen Shahzad, the star with the bat, does the fielding. Apologises as it cannons into Venkatesh's leg. 1 ball left of the 15th. 66 for 6. All the 6s this time for Namibia. That were the 2s and the 5s, and now the 6s. That's a drop catch. A chance goes begging. Could have been the 7th wicket down. How costly could that be? Namibia 66 for 6 after 15. 5 overs remain. 4 wickets in hand. 16 runs required. Kerry Chan back into the attack. First over was good, second over going for 12. That was when Yasmin Khan was still in. This is a chance to attack and get some revenge. Just 4 wickets left. The shoulder might not hurt as much. It's going to be a wide to start with. Can't afford too many more extras here, Hong Kong, China. Only the 15 runs left to play with. It's going to take the single down to long off. Kayleen Green back on strike, 10 off 8. Gives herself some room, but picks out forward point. 14 off 28, back to 3 runs per over. Oh, the full one that drops down with the drift. Almost gets through. So watches this one straight out of the middle. Green, happy to take the dot. 14 off 26. There's the single on the offside. 3 off the over so far with 1 ball remaining. Full, another single down to Daswani at long on. You get the 4 off the over, keep the runs ticking over, get into the 70s. 70 for 6 after 16, 4 overs remain. Just 12 more runs required for a Namibia victory here in the Hong Kong Women's T20I Series, Game 6. Little bird watching on. I was told the name of that bird, and I can't remember what it was. It's a collared something. Starling? Black-collared starling, I believe. Plenty of them around here. Cheetah Venkatesh is going to bowl out. 3 overs, 2 for 12. Gone at 4s, can't afford that, but can get another wicket here. Keep Hong Kong in the game. Beats 1, a diving Mariko Hill can't cut it off, so they get the single. All they have to do here, Namibia, tap it around, take the single. $11 to win off 22. Might get a single there. Bibi at cover. They got a deep extra cover, deep mid-wicket. 2 out in the deep. That one will get through the gap between point and cover to the deep cover. 10 off 21, Namibia now in the box seat. 4 wickets in hand, just the 10 runs required. Oh, that one was right onto the middle stump, and then there's a mix-up, but there's also a uncharacteristic misfield by Carrie Chan. Allows Van Zyl to get back safely. 10 off 20. Back to 3 runs per over. There is Mahek deep. And a good delivery. And only 1 ball left from Venkatesh. In a 4 over spell. Done her best, 2 for 14. Will it be enough? That is watch out. Finish off the over, 2 runs coming from the 17th. Namibia 72 for 6. Mahak deep, Kaur and Ikra Sahar dancing on the bleachers, watching on. Their teammates from Hong Kong, China. There's the dance. And the good thing about the dance is they don't know it's on camera. They'll be able to go home and watch it on Cricket Hong Kong China YouTube tonight when all their friends send them the clips. They're still having fun, and at the moment, there'll be more dancing in the Namibia dugout very shortly. 10 off the final 3 overs. Dorothea Chan, 2 overs, none for 8. Changing ends and bowling from the Argyle Street end. Need to be nice and straight. Of those 8, quite a few were extras. Apart from that, it's really tidy bowling. Starts well and well played. Punched hard to long off. Green's done a great job. 12, 13 now off 15. I'm not sure of the result yet, and I'm not sure who's going to be player of the match yet. It's been very even both sides. Dorothea Chan to Van Zyl. Again, that inside edge onto the leg side, picks out Mariko Hill, another dot, 9 off 15. And that's going to be 1 to carry Chan. He came inside the circle, 8 off 14. This is the point where Hong Kong were losing plenty of wickets. They were 71 for 7 at this point. Still tight. So we're going to come down to these final 2.2 overs of bowling. Full, no run available. Another dot, 8 off 13. The shadows grow longer here at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. 20 minutes to 5 local time. 1 ball left to the 18th. Charges in the air, finds the gap. This could go for a boundary, and if it does, it's going to put Namibia in the box seat. It is, and they move to 78 for 6. They need just 4 more in the final 2 overs. Clever play by Kayleen Green here, coming forward to get the ball on the full. Just that little shuffle, use the wrist, pick the gap, and 4 runs. And it looks like at this point Namibia will be heading into the final tomorrow against Thailand. The undefeated Thailand beat both these sides out there in the middle today, cause this game 6 to be a semi-final. Alison Sue will bowl the penultimate over. Could it be the last over? Just 4 runs required off it, or the last. And for Alison, Irene Van Zyl has called for the helmet. Plenty of excitement as my voice starts to break up. Still got another 2 games to do tomorrow. I'll make it through. Don't forget, whichever way this game goes, we will be doing the post-match celebrations straight after the game. Talk to both captains about how the game went and find out who the player of the match is. Because at the moment I'm not sure. Could well be Kayleen Green. This is 17 off 17. The dignitaries, Anup Gidwani, Director of Cricket Hong Kong China, and the chairperson, Burji Shroff, standing by. One of those might come and do the presentation for player of the match. We'll find out when this game is done. Alison Sue, 3 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 7. Can she do that again? Can it be a wicket maiden? Push it into the final over. Put some pressure on Namibia. Van Zyl on strike, 5 off 11. It's going to start with a dot. The fading light, I'm trying to see, but I believe all 11 players for Hong Kong China are inside the circle now, stopping any singles. It beats the infield. It's probably going to race away for a victory for Namibia. So it needs to be tidy from Alison. Inside edge. It's going to beat Betty Chan. It's going to be at least 1. It shouldn't make the boundary, but they could turn around and come back for 3. Wisely, probably just 2. And move to 80. Bit lucky there for Van Zyl, but you take the runs how you can. Game 6 going down to the wire. 10 legal deliveries remain. Just 2 runs required. full, hit straight back to Sue. 2 off 9. Another dot. Are we going to go to the final over here? 2 balls remaining, 2 runs required. 4 wickets in hand, not a problem for Namibia. Just need to find 2 runs where they can. No run, even though a little misfield, uncharacteristic from the youngster, Fatima. They know that arm, and so just said no need for a run out now. 2 off 7. Alison Hsu at the moment going to finish with very tidy figures. Driven straight back, bobbled, put down. Oh, that's just unfortunate way to finish off a stinger as well. But a great spell comes to an end. Alison Hsu, 4 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 9, pushing the game into the final over. Carrie Chan is going to bowl it. 2 off 6. Just checking. The smallest chance this goes down and is a tie. No super over because it's not actually a semi-final. And it'll go back on net run rate. By my count in my head, that would give the win to Namibia, just on how big the loss to Thailand it was from Hong Kong, China. Don't quote me on that. Carrie Chan, Kayleen Green, can't beat the infield. 5 balls left, 2 runs required. Can Hong Kong, China pull off the impossible here? Charges, catch, another put down. It's a dot. Oh, 3 chances been put down as of late. Normally those ones stick for Mariko Hill as well. 2 off 4. Oh, it's going to go over the top of the keeper's head. It's going to be at least 1, so the scores are tied. 1 required off 3 deliveries for Namibia to go through to tomorrow's final of the Hong Kong Women's T20I series. Now, I can confirm Namibia are ahead, so they will go through no matter what happens next. Namibia ahead on net run rate over Hong Kong, China. And decides it's in the air, and that's been put down. Well, it's just not Hong Kong, China's day today. Some of the safest pairs of hands you're ever likely to see. Put it down, they take the run on the drop catch, and Namibia get the victory with 2 balls to spare. They're going through to the final. They will play Thailand tomorrow afternoon from 2 p.m. Hong Kong, China took it all the way, but in the end, they will play in the 3rd versus 4th. Final tomorrow morning from 9:30 a.m. What a game of cricket it was. Plenty of wickets falling all day today in the morning and this afternoon's game. Namibia getting the win with just 2 balls remaining. A 4-wicket win in the books it will be, but that doesn't describe just how close it was. Have a look at the batting and bowling card. And remember, post-match, I don't know who's going to be the player of the match. Usually we can kind of pick it. My pick would be Kayleen Green, not out on 18, getting the team home at the end. But don't quote me on that. We'll wait for the umpires to decide. Just 3 into double figures, but also the extras getting the runs up just in time. 82 for Namibia. Bowling card for Hong Kong. Could have been a few more. 5 wickets and a run out. 2 for Alison Hsu. Bowled beautifully. Pick of the bowlers. Also, Betty Chan, 1 for 11. Both going for less than 3 and over. Venkatesh also with a 2 for, going at 3.5. in the end, just not quite enough for Hong Kong, China. So tomorrow we're going to have the two big finals, third versus fourth, Hong Kong, China versus China. 9:30 a.m. start, 9 a.m. toss, and then from 2 p.m. the big final. It will be Namibia versus Thailand from 2 p.m. The toss at 1:30 will be live. We'll go get ready for the post-match presentations. I'll be having a chat with both captains about how nerve-wracking that game was, going right down to the wire. Join me in about 4 or 5 minutes' time, and we'll have a player of the match presentation as well.
Wow, what a fantastic game of cricket that was. Game 6 of the Hong Kong Women's T20I series went right down to the wire. It was like a semi-final. Whoever won was going to go through to tomorrow's final against Thailand. 2 balls remaining. Namibia getting over the line. They get the 4-wicket win. They will be in the final tomorrow against Thailand. Hong Kong, China went so close, but just not enough in the end, going down with just 2 balls remaining. We're going to have a chat to both the captains and then present player of the match. Firstly, we'll have a chat to stand-in Hong Kong, China captain today, Mariam Bibi. Mariam, please come and join us. Wow, that went right down to the wire. That was a nail-biter.
Yes, I think there was a tough fight from Hong Kong, China and Namibia team, and we were hoping from the last ball, like we still have that self-belief that we still can beat Namibia, but unlucky, some drop catches at the end, but it's okay. We'll learn from that and bring positive things forward.
When we saw you put 81 on the board, on the back of what I should say, congratulations to Shanzine Shahzad, amazing 47, getting you up to 81. Did you think that was enough, or did you think it was going to go as long as it was? I wasn't sure that was enough, but in the end, it almost was enough.
I think 81 was not our aim. Our aim was at least 90 to 100. We want to put that, but 81 was also looks like enough, but still I think we were 10 runs short. But yeah, what you said, Shanzine Shahzad batted well and everyone contributed a little bit, but we could have put in 10 runs more on the board.
Well, commiserations. You'll be in the 3rd versus 4th placed final tomorrow. We'll see you from 9:30 a.m. Mariam Bibi doing the captaincy today with a missing Natasha Miles. Now we'll have a chat to the captain from Namibia, Sune Wittmann. Please come in and have a chat with us, Sune. Well, as I just said to Mariam, that was a bit of a nail-biter. How was it in the dugout while you were watching that go right down to the wire?
Yeah, I think the dugout was most definitely on the edge of the seats, but we have a lot of trust in the whole unit. We bat very deep, so credit to the ladies that pulled it through.
Yeah, with wickets in hand, it seemed like it was going to be just a matter of course for Namibia, but it pushed late, and Hong Kong, China really pushed you to the end, but your players did stand up.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be pretty. We just have to make sure the result goes our way, and that's what we did today.
Are you looking forward to trying to get some revenge against Thailand tomorrow in the final?
We are very excited, and yeah, definitely looking forward to having some revenge on Thailand tomorrow in the final.
Okay, well, we'll see you at the toss at 1:30 tomorrow for the 2 p.m. game, the big final coming up live tomorrow afternoon, Namibia versus Thailand. Now it's time for the Player of the Match Award, and to present the award today, it is the chairperson of China Cricket Association, Mr. Wang. Mr. Wang, please come in. And come stand here with me if you can. And as I might have suggested on the broadcast, player getting the team over the line for Namibia, the player of the match today, Kayleen Green. Congratulations. I'll let you accept your award and take some photos. And then we'll have a quick chat with Kayleen about that innings. Well, it was a great innings in the end. You got the team over the line. How exciting. Was it nervous out there for you?
I'm quite nervous. I've been struggling lately, so to be able to score runs and take my team over their line feels really great.
Your bowling's been exceptional as well throughout this tournament. Are you happy with that as well? Which bit are you happier with, getting the win with the bat or the bowling so far?
I would say getting it with the bat. Bowling's been, I'm not too happy with my bowling, but it's getting better each game, so I'm happy.
Well, congratulations on your Player of the Match award. We'll let you go back to your team and celebrate, and we'll see you again tomorrow afternoon from 2 p.m. Thank you. Player of the Match, Kayleen Green. So that brings us to an end of the 3rd day of the Hong Kong Women's T20I series. Game 6, what a thriller it was. Tomorrow it's the finals starting at 9:30 a.m. Hong Kong, China versus China, and then from 2 p.m. the big one. It is Namibia up against the undefeated Thailand. Join us for both games here live on Cricket Hong Kong YouTube, and also Billy Sticks Star Sports, and also on ICC TV. Until then, Aaron Bush signing off.